Hey! Hi! How you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron show. Loot! Loot, 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 loot. Oh, yes. Loot. When it comes to many a video game, Borderlands, Destiny, Warframe, Skyrim, Fallout, Lord knows how many survival games. Holy crap, there's a nearly endless amount of video games I could mention where looting, gathering resources, collecting gear, looking for bigger and better items is a driving feature, a driving part of many a video game. Now, depending on how well the loot system is done in a game, how often you receive loot, how actually promising and fulfilling and effective the rewards are, can determine whether or not collecting loot in a video game is subjectively, objectively good or not. For example, in a video game such as Destiny, when the game first came out, I think a few of us can agree, even though I personally have not played the game from what I've heard from friends and saw from reviews, the loot system in the game was very frustrating and very time-wasting. You could spend hours, if not days, grinding and get nearly nothing of value in return. But from what I have understand from friends and once again reviewers, the loot system has been greatly improved and now has more gamers hooked than ever. Similar to another video game such as Warframe. Warframe has always had an issue or two when it comes to loot. And something that both Warframe, Borderlands, and Destiny share is the RNG, randomly generated loot system, which is what makes grinding for loot so addicting, exciting, and disappointing. Back to Warframe. Warframe has always had trouble when it comes to loot, whether it be gathering specific resources or hunting down specific blueprints. There's a lot of things to loot in Warframe, and one of Warframe's problems is that the specificalities to earn certain amounts of loot are kind of ridiculous and very, very picky. For example, trying to get Prime Warframes. You have to do specific missions at specific levels of difficulty. And remember, it's an RNG system, it's randomly generated. So even if you actually finally get access to those specific missions on those specific difficulty levels, you may still not get the prime blueprint parts you want, which can be both very frustrating and a very big turnoff. One video game, however, that I think personally has perfected the loot system is the Borderlands games. Borderlands, in my opinion, got loot just fucking right. While there is an RNG system in place, it's a system that's at least reasonable if you're going up against, let's say, a raid boss, a big baddie. Even though, say, you don't get a specific special weapon that you were hunting for, the boss still will drop a significant amount of loot, currency, and other powerful high-level weapons. So even if you didn't get specifically what you wanted, you'll at least still get something pretty good. If not just as good, if not better than what you were looking for. And then there's the chest, looting the chest. I gotta tell you, opening a loot chest, a weapons chest, or any sort of chest in Borderlands is an exciting experience, cause it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get inside. Wink wink, nudge nudge. And also you have the random weapon drops from enemies, random loot drops from enemies, regular bosses, not just the raid bosses, stuff you can just hunt for, seek out in the environment, Easter eggs, specific special little tasks, certain locations you can go to, just a ton of stuff to earn loot, and that makes Borderlands such a good game, such addicting video games. Whether it be hunting for currency, guns, special items, there's always something to strive for, to look for, to loot for. And even if you don't get something that's specifically what you want, you may get something that's just as good, if not better. And that's what makes Borderlands' loot system so good, it's constant reward. While of course there is a certain amount of grinding, your grinding is never not rewarded. Now, on the topic of loot in video games, if you have watched a certain video from GameSpot, an episode of their show, The Point, you know there was an episode of The Point that addressed Destiny, its loot system, and just loot systems in general, and how it's related similar to gambling, and how it's related to gambling, and how video game publishers and developers use tactics used in casinos. And while this is a bit concerning and a bit disturbing, I can understand from a businessman's point of view why you would want to do this. Because, let's be honest, let's admit something here, guys. Like, while video game developers and video game publishers aren't perfect, the community, the gaming community, the players are nowhere near perfect. We're nowhere near perfect, guys. And unfortunately, A lot of people have the attention span of a goldfish. They'll get a new game, play it for a couple days, and then completely forget about it. How do game devs and game pubs compensate for this? How do they compensate for people with short attention spans? You give them something to constantly do in the game, something to constantly strive for, such as loot, such as grinding, such as a gambling sort of feature where you want to keep coming back for the reward. You want to keep coming back for the excitement of not knowing what you're going to get. Which from a developer and publisher standpoint, I can understand, because again, guys, gaming community, gamers aren't perfect. There are a lot of people who will throw $60 away on a brand new game, play it for a couple days, and then forget it even exists. Mostly because there isn't something to constantly hold their attention. They've done supposedly everything they want to do in the game and they won't come back to it. How do you keep players with a short attention span playing? You use gambling tactics. You use something that makes them want to keep going back. Better weapons, better armor, better gear, better items, just leveling and leveling up, gaining new special skills, new special rare stuff. Giving the feeling and the sense that there's so much more in the game for you to unlock and do. And with the RNG system, as much as there are flaws with the RNG system, we cannot deny it. While I think Borderlands is the best example of a game that did RNG loot right, there are still games like Destiny and Warframe that struggle with RNG loot. And even though it may piss us off, even though it may be disheartening, discouraging, it gets players addicted because they want that loot, they want that gun, they want that armor, they want that item, and they're willing to grind for it. Because then they feel like they're progressing, like they're accomplishing something. But at the same time, if they're grinding for hours and hours and they're still not getting what they want, even though when they finally do get the item it will be incredibly satisfying, the player may have a harsher outlook on the game because they wasted so much time, in their opinion, grinding for this single item. So while I understand the need for the RNG system, the random procedurally generated loot system, I understand that it hasn't been quite perfected yet. Even though I think Borderlands did the best, it's still not perfect. I understand the need for it from a developer and publisher view. I understand the need for it to keep players playing, to keep them engaged. From the publisher standpoint, it means probably they'll make more money, bear statistics on their games to show off and prove to stockholders, hey look, people are still playing our game, we're popular, that sort of thing. While from a developer standpoint, believe it or not guys, not all developers are evil money grubbers. Actually, most of them aren't. And when video game developers see players who pick up a $60 game, pick up their $60 game, only play it for a few days and then never touch it again, they're thinking one of two things, like, aw, maybe that player didn't like our game that much, shame. Or, dude, what the hell are you doing? You just spent $60 on my game. I mean, thank you for the money, but don't you want to get your money's worth? Just playing a few hours, a couple days of my game isn't really worth the $60 you spent on it. Don't you want to play it more? That sort of thing is what I'm talking about. Personally, I love loot in video games. Yes, the RNG system pisses me off from time to time, and I may look for shortcuts to get what I want, but I love loot in video games. I love the excitement of looting, of finding new loot. New guns, items, even characters. Looting is fun, looting is exciting, looting is addicting. And I just love getting loot in my video games. It's invigorating. While of course, like anything, it has its problems, it isn't something that should leave video games entirely. It's something that should be refined. Maybe mixed up a little. However, on my end, I love my loot. Anyways guys, this has been a video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, if you liked it in any way, shape, or form, the gameplay, the commentary, the video as a whole, please hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved with the video if you hit the like button. Please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the subject matter and on my video in the comment section below. I love reading comments. I don't get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment. And finally, I am the Gamertron. I love video games. I love talking about video games. And if that's something that interests you, please consider supporting me by subscribing to my channel. Anyways, guys, this has been a video, and I will see you guys later.